Good evening, race fans. Welcome to the Phoenix International Raceway, where tonight the Rivalz Blacktop Series competes in their championship event. Here tonight, a 100-lapper. They have taken the initial green flag. We are currently working our first yellow flag of the night. And we're going to tell you about the 8 drivers that have an opportunity tonight to pick up the big win. Here with the very first Rivalz Blacktop Series Championship, Trent Ringler is one of those drivers. Adam Ross comes into the night as another one of those drivers, just 4 points behind Trent Ringler. Claude Furland comes in tonight 3rd in the point standings. Callum McNichol comes in 4th. Will LaRue comes in position number 5. Tom Senchek 6. Mannix Richer 7. And Casey Sowich, the 8th and final car that has an opportunity to pick up tonight's Rivalz Blacktop Series Championship. Kevin LaCroix, leading here in car number 74. Alex LeVay going to start up to his outside, and the points leader, Trent Ringler, going to line up here 3rd for this restart. John Schweikart lining up to his outside in car number 1. Getting ready to come back to green flag racing, this time off of turn number 4. LaCroix hits the gas and we're back underway. He will lead the pack off of turn number 2 and down through the dog leg, heading off to turn number 3. LeBay slides back into position number 2. Trent Ringler currently holding on to the 3rd spot. Your championship chase leader, and Ringler almost got it in the fence coming off of turn number 4. As he got all sorts of sideways that time. And now opens up the door for the one of John Schweikart in the LaRue Motorsports number 1. Right behind Schweikart, behind him is his teammate in the 55, Will LaRue, one of your championship 8 contenders. As this is a great battle for position number 3 off turn number 4. They'll come down the line to put lap number 8 on the board. Yellow lights are on. Here for the 2nd time tonight, caution flag is out. 1 car sideways right here on the front straightaway. As we will now work our 2nd yellow of the night here from the Phoenix Raceway. So 2nd yellow flag of the night here is we're currently working lap number 9. Tonight is championship night here for the Rivalz Blacktop Series. Field being picked up by the pace car as they get ready to dive down into turn number 3 here. Working yellow on lap number 9. We'll see if anybody is going to elect to come down pit road this early. I don't suspect that we'll see anybody, but I have definitely been called out for weirder things than that. And nobody. A couple of guys trying to fake each other out on the pit stop, but not going to work. So we are working yellow flag here on lap number 10. I believe they'll get the one to go signal this time by Kevin Lacroix leading this pack here aboard car number 74. I think this might be Kevin's first Rivalz Blacktop Series start of the season in the bumper-to-bumper sponsored number 74. Alex LeBay currently running in the 2 spot, the Globocam sponsored number 36. Let's take a look here at where some of your Championship 8 drivers are running at the current time. Trent Ringler is holding on to the 4 spot. He came into tonight with a 4-point lead over Adam Ross in car number 35. Ross currently running in position number 20. So we are coming back to green next time by. 1 to go signal that time at the flag stand. And it is Lacroix and Alex LeBay going to bring them back to the green flag. Lacroix will be So coming back to green here off of turn number 4. Green lights are back on, and lap number 13 goes on the board, and it is Lacroix that's going to lead them down into turn number 1. LeBay got a nice restart that time as LeBay tries to close in here as they work through turns 1 and 2. John Schweikart holding on to position number 3. Ringler in the 4 spot as everybody got single filed out there. LeBay trying to get a run on your leader in the 74. Could not get a run that time off of turn number 2. As he is definitely putting the pressure on as they work into turns 3 and 4. LeBay trying to find a way by Lacroix, making his first Rivalz Blacktop Series start tonight. And you can see LeBay's entering the corner about a half a groove lower than Lacroix is as they go on corner entry, and as they have kind of tightened up this battle, John Schweikart has caught them in car number 1. Schweikart, the LaRue Motorsports sponsored machine, currently holding on to the 3 spot, and right behind him and getting loose off of turn 4 was your point leader, Trent Ringler, in car number 26. But he has got the 55 of Will LaRue behind him. This is a great battle for the Rivalz Blacktop Series Championship. Off turn 4 they come, and it is Ringler continuing to hold on to that 4th spot over LaRue in the 55. Ringler now closes in on the one of Schweikart as they bring it off turn 4. Oh, Ringler got into the fence, and now here comes LaRue. We'd seen Ringler get loose a few times there off of turn 4, and that time the wall reached out and bit him that time. And now LaRue goes down to the bottom, battle for the 4 spot, and it looks like LaRue might just take it here into turn number 3, but Ringler battles tough on the outside. Ringler knows what's on the line here tonight. But LaRue gets a good run off of turn number 4. And LaRue will slide down to the inside into turn number 1, and Ringler will give him the spot. So move Will LaRue up to position number 4. And again, that is the battle for the Rivalz Blacktop Series Championship. Just 23 points. Where's the difference between LaRue and Ringler going into tonight? Meanwhile, back up front, Alex LeBay continuing to put pressure on Lacroix off turn number 4. As LeBay all the way down to the extreme inside off of turn 2 and down through the dog leg there. Boy, look at LeBay slide it down in there into turn number 1. Boy, he almost got to the back bumper that time. Off of the second turn as everybody running real tucked into line here. LeBay is the only one really putting a lot of pressure for position right now. Schweikart's got with them within arm's reach off of turn 4 as they come down the line, put lap 22 on the board. 22 in and 78 to go. Almost to the 1/4 mark of this race, and it has been Kevin Lacroix since the start of the green flag. LeBay closes in one more time on Lacroix off turn number 2. Couldn't make it happen that time. Great battle up front here for the lead. Will LaRue closing in on John Schweikart here in the 1 car in a great battle for the 3rd spot. LaRue gets by Schweikart to take over 3rd. So Will LaRue is on the move. Alex LeBay pulls up on the back bumper of Lacroix one more time in this great battle for the top spot. And now look at LeBay. He's going to enter in on the high side. Does he try to cross him up here off of turn number 4? Trying to build a little momentum here to see what he can come up with. LeBay pulls up the back bumper off turn 2. Now tries to take a peek down to the inside, but Lacroix is there. Nothing doing for LeBay. Now LeBay will enter high. Look at him pull up almost to the right rear tire. Catches the apex of the corner and then cuts it down, trying to diamond off the corner. It gives him a heck of a run off turn number 4, but he still can't make a move here just yet. Great battle for the race lead early on as Kevin Lacroix is led from the drop of the green flag. 28 laps are on the board. And Alex LeBay and now throw Will LaRue into that mix as they are going to battle it out here for the top spot. Lacroix on the bumper-to-bumper sponsor number 74 continues to show way. And that is where the battle is right now for the top 3 spots. One of those drivers trying to compete for the Rivalz Blacktop Series. Trent Ringler, who started 3rd tonight, has fallen back to position number 5. Boy, LeBay looked like he overcooked it a little bit going into turn number 1, but now it's giving him a run off turn 2. LeBay down to the inside. Could this be Alex LeBay's opportunity? Tries to take it down on the inside of turn number 3. Still couldn't make a move. Lacroix washes out on the entry to turn 3, but cuts it back down off turn number 4. Lacroix will continue to lead, but boy, did he get loose coming off of turn 4. Boy, LeBay is absolutely working Kevin Lacroix over here for the top spot. Will LaRue patiently watching there from position number 3. Bring it off at turn number 4. 32 laps are in the books here in this 100-lap feature for the Rivalz Blacktop Series. It is championship night here from the Phoenix Raceway. Oh, LeBay overshot it in turn number 3, washes way up the racetrack. And now here comes Will LaRue. LaRue down to the bottom, and LaRue will take over the lead. So Will LaRue, who's going after the championship here tonight, now puts himself up in position number 2. LeBay slides back to 3, and he'll now tuck back in the line. That's allowed Lacroix to get out to about a 4/10 of a second lead, but I think the fastest car in the racetrack right now is in fact Will LaRue. LaRue started in position number 5, rolled off on the inside of the 3rd row, and now they are catching lap traffic into turn number 3. They're coming up on one of your championship contenders, Adam Ross, who's got damage on the rear end of the Put It Out There. Adam out there, sponsor number 35, driver out of Cambridge, Ontario, Canada. Came in it tonight as one of the 8 drivers that had an opportunity to take a crack at the Rivalz Blacktop Series Championship. And Lacroix shuts the door going into turn number 3. Look at this battle for the top spot, as Lacroix will bring it down pit road. Kevin Lacroix comes down pit lane here on oh, look out, Schweikart almost got in the back of him. 35 laps on the board, and we've got your first round of pit stops. So Kevin Lacroix, the bumper-to-bumper, sponsor number 74, brings it down pit lane. 45 miles an hour is the pit road speed. You cannot speed. Don't want to overshoot that box. Lacroix will come to a stop here in pit box number 1. John Schweikart pitted with him. They'll be on the same cycle here. As Lacroix down and away. John Schweikart down and away. And Schweikart is going to race him off a pit road and take over the position. So Schweikart with a little faster pit work that time. Now taking a look at Alex Labby, who is on pit lane. Labby has hit the pit road in the Globocam, sponsored number 36. Right side's on, left side's on. Will LaRue's down and away. LaRue will beat Labby off, or LeBay off of the pit lane. So Will LaRue looks like he's going to hold on to the top spot, as now the lead has cycled around. Actually, we'll have to check on Trent Ringler when we come back across the line here. Ringler, I'm not sure if Ringler has pitted here just yet. I think he did. I think Ringler did pit. And that might have been a strategy call for Trent Ringler there, trying to get to the top spot. Jesse Rowland is currently shown as your race leader aboard the 8 machine. Maxime LaRoche is currently holding on to the 2 spot. Kevin Ridley is running 3rd. And so that's where they ride right now. The 8 car of Jesse Rowland now hits the pit lane in the Poppy Bag sponsored number 8. Rowland will come down pit lane here on lap number 40. And did he miss the pit box? Boy, it was close. He almost missed the pit box there. Meanwhile, Will LaRue is putting the challenge here to Trent Ringler down into turn number 1, and Ringler's gonna drive right by like Ringler was tied to a post. So Ringler will slide back to 2. After the pit stop cycle around here, they are still about 8 seconds or so behind Kevin Ridley, who's currently scored in 3rd. And now Ridley falls through in the pit cycle. Ridley now moves up to 2 as Maxime LaRoche has got the race lead. LaRoche was trying to pull, just made contact there with Michael Ligori in the 24. LaRoche was trying to make a stretch on fuel to win the race last week at California. Could not make it happen. Did not have enough gas, and then got involved in an accident at the same time. So LaRoche continues to lead. Will LaRue has now moved up to the 2nd spot as Kevin Ridley has made his pit stop. Ridley is on pit lane in car number 20. So now with Ridley coming off pit lane, all eyes turn to Maxime LaRoche in the 85. We have had a long green flag run here. Last time by, LaRoche was 4.1 seconds up on top of the leaderboard over 2nd place Will LaRue. And now here comes LaRoche down the pit lane. So your race leader comes down the pit road, 45 miles an hour, and he will hand the lead over to car number 55, Will LaRue. LaRue, who's trying to win the championship here tonight, has 2 spots on Trent Ringler as they ride. Lap 50 will be the stage break here tonight. That's where the top 10 drivers will score points. So LaRue down through the dog leg, coming up on lap traffic here. Coming up on car number 9, that's Dustin Ping. Ping moves out to the outside and is going to let LaRue slide on by here. Ping will follow lap down to the field. Actually, now will be 4 laps down to the field. And so Will LaRue trying to win the race, trying to win the championship here tonight. If LaRue takes care of business up front, everything will kind of shake out on its own. LaRue gets by the 46 of Mike Spangler. Spangler's going to go a lap down in that throwback paint scheme number 46. LaRue comes down the line, puts 49 laps on the board. Next time by will be the halfway mark. And the yellow flag flies here at the halfway mark. This is the stage break here tonight. Yellow lights on here. They'll come across the line this time to put 50 laps on the board. We are officially halfway home here at the Phoenix Raceway. Imagine that we're going to see the field possibly down pit lane, unless, of course, they choose to stay out this time and then try to make it a one-stop strategy the rest of the way here. But let's see what Will LaRue does, as LaRue will come down the pit lane. And here come your leaders down pit road. 45 miles an hour is the pit road speed. And we are going to follow Will LaRue into his pit box here. Again, 45 miles an hour is the pit road speed all the way down into their pit box. And LaRue will bring it into pit stall for car number 55. And it looks like it is going to be 4 tires and fuel here for Will LaRue in the 55. We'll watch this race off of pit road. Let's see who's got the fastest service and who can get out of the pit box the best. Will LaRue is down and away, and LaRue is going to maintain the lead of the race. Second car out of the pits is going to be the 36 of LeBay, followed by the 1 of John Schweikart, the 74 of Kevin Lacroix, and Bruno Pichette in car number 227 will come out of the pits in the will be 5th off of the pit lane. All right, we're going to step aside here, and we are going to go side by side and have some great words from our partners here at G-Force TV. Stay tuned. You're watching the Rivalz Blacktop Series Championship Night from Phoenix Raceway. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Phoenix Raceway. Championship night for the Rivalz Blacktop Series, and it is winner take all here. And right now, the guy out front would be your champion if the race ended now. That's Will LaRue in the 55. Again, tonight is winner take all. And LaRue, who came into the tonight as the 5th ranked driver in the Championship 8, if he can hold on and be the highest finishing Championship 8 driver, he would lock down the title. Trent Ringler has run into problems in the 26. The 11 of Tom Senchek had a problem of his own. He is 4 laps down to the field now. And I understand that there may have been an incident between Senchek and Matt Richet. I heard some rather unpleasantries being shared across the driver chat radio. Under that yellow flag coming back to green, I did not see what happened there. But in the meantime, we're back up front here. Will LaRue showing the way, LaRue Motorsports, number 55, and he has got 2 of his teammates in tow. Alex LeBay, the 36, John Schweikart, the Sheriff, in car number 1. Wouldn't that be a heck of a finish tonight to have the Deputy and the Sheriff all in the top 3 at the end of this one, but we still got a long way to go. 59 laps, or 58 laps on the board. 42 to go here from Phoenix Raceway. The 1 miler here in Avondale, Arizona. And now Alex LeBay starting to work that yellow line once again. He has had been able to run on that bottom yellow line going into the corner. LeBay was 3/10, almost 4/10 of a second behind. And now starting to close in on LeBay is the one of John Schweikart. Schweikart, who's had, a rather consistent season, but he's had some tough runs along the way. Schweikart got knocked out of the championship contention right in our very first race of the chase back at Atlanta on April 1st. And that was rather unfortunate because at the time, Schweikart had done an incredible job up to that point as we watched LeBay continue to fight and saw on the steering wheel, trying to close in on LaRue here for the top spot. Schweikart, Lacroix, Bruno Pichette, right now your top 5. Let's take a look here and see. We've got a battle going on here into turn number 3. This is Adam Ross in the 35 and the 17 of Daniel DeBlau. DeBlau was one of the drivers that had an opportunity to participate in the playoff 16 drivers. Got knocked out in the first round. And now DeBlau doing battle here with the 35 of Adam Ross and the 18 of Marcus Ulmer. Ulmer in that Toyota Racing Development. Look out, sideways there into turn number 3. As these guys are racing hard for spots here. The 46 is right there with him as well. Mike Spangler. As now Ross going to try and pull away from this pack as they fight 2 by 2. We'll take a look back here at the front of the pack with your leaders. And it is LaRue. Aboard car number 55. Will LaRue, the LaRue Motorsports sponsored machine out of Quebec City, Quebec. Up on top of the board, LaRue Motorsports Can-Am sponsor number 55. LeBay, the Globo Cam number 36 off of turn 4. as everybody, plenty of racing room to work with here. Field kind of sorting it. We've got a little bit of a battle for a spot here with Kyle, Rochelle. Rochelle, the 01, Richet in car number 6. As Richet trying to close down. Richet, the Accent LED. Trying to close in on the 01 of Rochelle. Could not make it happen that time. Back up front, Alex LeBay trying to close down on Will LaRue. Yellow lights are on. Caution flag is out. Just shy of 30 laps to go. And I have a feeling that's going to set up the money stop here, this final pit stop for your race leaders. I have a feeling that's what we're going to see. So as we work yellow, Will LaRue, your race leader, going to pull up on the pace car off turn number 2 and down through the dog leg. And here come your race leaders down pit lane. Will LaRue is going to lead them. 45 miles an hour is the pit road speed. And this is not just the money stop here tonight. This is the money stop potentially for the Rivalz Blacktop Series Championship. Will LaRue trying to win the race in order to win the championship here tonight. As boy, the championship leaders have not had a great night tonight. And Will LaRue really just needing a solid effort here at the end. Down and away, Will LaRue racing off of pit lane. And Trent Ringler, I'm not sure if that was a strategy call of some kind. But Ringler trying to pick up some spots here on pit lane, trying to put himself into contention. So, wow. Trent Ringler, I'm sure that wasn't a 4-tire. I think it was 2 tires for Ringler. As he came in the pit stall way after everybody else did. Your top 5 cars all elected to go with 4 tires. Trent Ringler went with 2, trying to get that track position. So field now working under the yellow flag. And we're going to step away and go side by side. We'll be right back here from Phoenix Raceway. It's Rivalz Blacktop Series Championship night. Stay tuned.
Introducing GeForce TV. GeForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GeForce TV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Washougal Speedway, and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GeForce TV is also the new home for Rivalz Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GeForce TV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from Rivalz and GeForce TV racing leagues. GeForce TV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GeForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GeForce TV.
Welcome back here to Phoenix Raceway, Rivalz Blacktop Series Championship night here from the Phoenix Raceway. Back to green here. Final pit stops of the night. And Trent Ringler swung at the fences as we're now back under the yellow flag just like that. Yellow lights are back on. And that'll help us set the table just a little bit. Coming down pit road for what we would expect to be the final pit stop of the night. The top 5 cars that came down pit lane all took on 4 tires. Trent Ringler came into the pits roughly in about 9th or 10th spot, took 2 tires trying to get track position, and he did not get a great restart and fell back to position number 4. So we'll see what he's got here for this next restart. But Will LaRue came into the night ranked 5th in the Championship 8 standings, but tonight is winner take all. Highest finishing Championship 8 driver takes the championship. It wouldn't necessarily take a victory, but the way Will LaRue has been running here tonight, it may be a victory that's going to seal it for him here tonight, because LaRue has been dynamite. Since the drop of the green flag, Kevin Lacroix, who's currently running in position number 5, led early up until our first pit stop of the night. He is currently in position number 5, and that car doesn't appear that it has got the same stuff in dirty air that it had in clean air earlier tonight, as Lacroix spent much of the first half of this race pacing the field out in clean air. So let's take a look through your top 10 here. Will LaRue leading the way. Alex LeBay currently running in position number 2. John Schweikart currently third. Trent Ringler running in 4th. Kevin Lacroix running 5th. Bruno Pichette, Ivan Hebert, Claude Furland. Furland we haven't really talked about at all tonight. Came into the night 3rd ranked in the point standings for the Championship 8 round. He's currently running 8th. Bruno Pierre Pinchard running in 9th, and Callum McNichol. Callum McNichol, another one of your Championship 8 cars, currently rounding out the top 10. Your other drivers competing for the championship tonight: Mannix Richet in 11th, Casey Sowich running in 12th, Adam Ross currently 18th, and Tom Senchak out of the race, 20 laps down in position number 26. So 1 to go signal has been given. Lights are off on the pace car. That iRacing Ford Mustang GT pace car. So coming back to green, this time off turn number 4. They will put lap number 77 in the books. 23 to go here from Phoenix Raceway. A championship remains in the balance here with 23 to go. As Trent Ringler's going to try and work that outside lane with his 2 tires, but it is not going to work. As John Schweikart down to the inside now, here comes Lacroix, the 74, and Bruno Pichette, the 227. They were almost 3 wide there for a moment as Lacroix makes contact with Ringler. Ringler slides all the way up the hill, and he's going to lose a spot now to Bruno Pichette, Claude Furland, and Ringler's going to slide all the way back to 7th. And Will LaRue is absolutely putting distance on the rest of the pack. Last time by, LaRue had 0.6 of a second on second place. Alex LeVay, this time across the line, it's still 0.6 of a second, but he picked up 5/100ths of a second on the lead that time. Meanwhile, LeVay's got company. He's got the one of Schweikart bearing down on him for position number 2. Lacroix is right there battling with Schweikart for 3rd. Just behind these guys, Claude Furland, one of your Championship 8 contenders, is battling with the 26 of Ringler. As they race down into turn number 1, right behind them, you've got Callum McNichol in car number 82. And the 19 of Ivan A. Bear. Just behind them, they're side by side. That's Kyle Rochelle in the 01. And the 729 of Bruno Pierre Painchaud. Painchaud really loose off the corner that time. Looks like the best battle here in the top 10 is going to be between Ringler and the 43 of Claude Furland. Furland's got the back bumper wrinkled up just a little bit on car number 43 in that Ford Mustang. And the yellow lights are on. Caution flag is out here on lap number 82 with just 18 laps to go. And I think while we work this yellow flag, might give us an opportunity to talk about a big race coming up a little later this summer, once we get things rolling with the local racing scene and get our racetracks back up and operational. The NASCAR Pinty Series is breaking new ground in 2020, and it is going to be a dirty affair. Canada's only national stock car racing series will visit Ohsweken Speedway on Tuesday, August 18th, 2020 for a 100-lap full points event. Ohsweken Speedway is no stranger to history-making events in the racing world, and this one is going to be huge. Rides have been secured for Stuart Friesen, Kenny Schrader, Kenny Wallace, J.J. Yaley, Glenn Stiers, 360 Sprint Car competitor Mac DeMann, and many other deals still in the works. The NASCAR event will consist of practice, time trials, qualifying heats, and a 100-lap feature event to be run at 9 p.m. on August 18th. The NASCAR stock cars will be joined by the Ohsweken Speedway popular winged 360 cubic inch sprint cars and mini stocks for the Tuesday night program. The night before, on Monday, the Speedway will host a full program of 360 cubic inch sprint cars, the Action Sprint Tour for crate-powered sprint cars, and the Thunder stocks. Fans can stay connected to npsondirt.com. That's NPS, like NASCAR Pinty Series, on dirt.com for tickets and camping information. So, caution is out. 16 laps to go as we pace under yellow. And Brad, I think out of the corner of my eye, I saw the 26 of Trent Ringler come down pit lane. So Ringler going to lose a little bit of track position here. But he's going to have 4 fresh tires. And I think we've got an opportunity here that we could sneak him in here to get a word with him. Trent Ringler, this is Steve Ovens up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Hey, man, I love the call here. Less than 20 to go. Those 4 Dr. Feelgoods got to swing for the fences here.
That's my only hope. I got some damage that's cost me some speed, and I'm like pulling around a parachute, so I have to do something.
All right, man. Well, good luck to you here. Was the 2 tires, how was the 2 tires? I mean, obviously that maybe they don't stack up against the 4, but how was it there for you?
It wasn't bad. The 2 tires were fine. Tire wear on the left sides is not real substantial. We were able to do that. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't going to go to the front or anything, but gained a little bit of track position.
All right, man. Good luck to you here on this restart.
Thank you.
All right, there's Trent Ringler, currently shown in position number 9. And we've said it before on the broadcast, Brad. I love this call for 4 tires because really, I think at the end of the day, he only lost 2 spots on the racetrack. And on top of that, he's going to get to start on the bottom lane here for this restart. So I really do like that call. I mean, is he gonna drive up back to the front and drive by Will LaRue? I don't know. He just said it. He's got that damage, but he's gonna give himself the best opportunity that he can. They're gonna be 13 laps to go when we come back to green here off turn number 4. So what the heck? Roll the dice. Let's see what happens. Will LaRue is gonna bring us back to green here off of turn number 4, and he hits the gas, and we're back underway, and Ringler's already taking a peek underneath the 19 of Ivan Hebert, getting down into turn number 1. Couldn't make the move that time, but he is going to try and light those 4 tires up and see what he can make of it. LaRue jumps out to the lead. He's going to take a 1 car length advantage down into turn number 3. Lacroix trying to make an outside move there on John Schweikart for position. Couldn't make that work. Ringler has gotten by Ivan Hebert in the 19 to take over position number 7. So Ringler's back to where he was before he came in for those 4 tires. Up front, it's still a car length advantage for Will LaRue aboard the 55. LeBay is trying to close into the back bumper as they work through 3 and 4. And LeBay trying to take a peek there off turn number 4 down to the inside. Could not make it happen. Schweikart holds on to position number 3. The 74 of Lacroix running in 4th. And Bruno Pichette right now running in the 5 spot. Ringler doesn't look like he's been able to close into the 43 of Claude Furland, another one of your Championship 8 contenders here tonight. They are side by side back there for position, though. That's Mannix Richet in the 6 and the 01 of Kyle Rochelle. Actually, I think that's Ivan Hebert battling for position. Back up front, it's all Will LaRue. 10 laps to go was the signal last time by. They'll now have 9 to go. And if you're Will LaRue, you've got to love what you're seeing behind you. Couple of teammates, Alex LeBay, the 36, the 1 is John Schweikart. As LaRue is trying to cap off the championship season with a victory here tonight at Phoenix Raceway. Ringler going to work here on Claude Furland for the position as Furland twitches just a little bit going into turn number 3, and here comes Ringler down to the bottom. Ringler gets sideways off turn number 4, and Furland's going to try to cross over. Could not make it work, and Ringler's going to have to spot into turn number 1. So Ringler's up to 6, but he is definitely going to run out of time here without another yellow flag, and even if he gets that, Brad, I'm not sure that he's going to have enough to try and make a run here. as LaRue has absolutely stepped on this field's throat in the second half of this race. An absolutely dominating performance here from the LaRue Motorsports number 55. They came into the night with an opportunity to take home the championship. LaRue was the only car they had in the pack tonight that had an opportunity to even win the championship, and they have done a masterful job tonight of keeping their teammate up front, as we now have just 6 laps to go. 6 to go here for Will LaRue. Into turns 3 and 4, it's still LaRue, LeBay, Schweikert, your top 3. Ringler is now putting pressure on Bruno Pichette here for position number 5. Ringler going to use the front bumper if he has to in that Toyota Supra. Ringler trying to take a peek down to the inside on Bruno Pichette, another one of the LaRue Motorsports cars. And Ringler, who came down pit road with about 16 laps to go for 4 tires, had that damage from earlier in the race, and it looks like that is going to be just so costly for him tonight. As he takes a look underneath Pichette off turn number 2, and it looks like Ringler might have position going into turn number 3. He's got the bumper there. He's at the bumper, at the quarter, at the door. But Pichette with a nice run off of turn number 4. Pichette will hold on to the 5 spot. So that's your battle there. We'll take a peek back up front at Will LaRue. Next time by will be the popsicle stick signal. 2 laps to go. And what a season it has been for Will LaRue. There was 2 weeks, 2 races in a row that Will LaRue was leading and either had problems on pit road, getting into the pit box, getting into another car coming down pit lane, and there was another event where pit strategy did not work in his favor, but somehow the driver of the 55 dug down deep. They got through a brush up at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway the week before the championship chase started. LaRue kept his nose to the grindstone, and he is coming to the white flag presented by 39 Productions. Will LaRue, the LaRue Motorsports Can-Am, sponsored number 55 for the driver out of Quebec City, Quebec. Alex LeBay is going to give him a run here, but he is not going to get any pressure from the 36 because Will LaRue knows that he will come up with turn number 4 and win the very first Rivalz Blacktop Series Championship. Will LaRue wins here at Phoenix. Alex LeBay is second, John Schweikart is third, Kevin Lacroix fourth, and Trent Ringler with those 4 tires will finish in the top 5, but he will come up 4 spots short to take home the title here tonight. That spot is going to Will LaRue. And the Rivalz Blacktop Series Championship trophy will go to Quebec City, Quebec, as the championship trophy will stay north of the border for 2020. LaRue's going to come down the front stretch, and Brad, I think we are going to see a celebration of absolute epic proportions here. As LaRue's going to let a couple of cars slide by, and there is your champion. Will LaRue cutting the donuts, the race winner and the series champion. Brings it to a stop here on the start-finish line. And Brad, we're going to switch it up just a little bit here tonight. We're first going to talk to your champion, Will LaRue, aboard car number 55. Will, a couple of weeks ago, we were calling you the deputy. Tonight, we call you Rivalz Blacktop Series champion. Congratulations.
Yes, man. Thanks. Man, that was a hell of a race. I had to wheel it there.
The second half of tonight's race, I mean, you just took the field to the woodshed tonight. This car was so good, especially out front in that clean air, man. Talk to you about your race.
Oh yeah, I kind of screwed up in Q, but not that bad because I started fifth and then I wasn't too sure about the set at the start. I did a couple of changes, but man, I had so much drive off these corners, a little bit more than Labby and John, even though they were on the same set. My changes made it so I had a lot of drive off, and it was just perfect.
Let's talk about your season here. You know, we had a stretch of 12, 13 races here for the Blacktop Series. And, you know, let's face it, Will, there was a couple of races earlier this year that you had the dominant car, and it may not have worked out at the end, but you guys just kept digging and kept digging. You got yourself into the championship 8, and you know, tonight that's what you needed to do. Just put yourself in position and then bring a bad fast car here tonight, and that's what you and your team did.
Yeah, for sure. We put a little bit more time on this track here, just to make sure I had the championship, and worked out pretty well. Very happy.
Were there any nerves tonight at all?
Yeah. I mean, for the championship, not too much, because I think Trent was the second one, or Claude, but when Labby was on my bumper, I was kind of scared that he was going to pass me there at the end, but it went pretty good.
Absolutely, it sure did. And you know, for somebody like Alex that's got a lot of laps, it's got to feel good, not just championship wise, but geez, just to win the race tonight. I mean, he's a pretty good wheelman in his own right, so to hold him off, that's got to feel dually good.
Oh, for sure. He's a hell of a driver, and I guess I don't think I won this season. I kept it for the last race.
That's how to do it, right?
Oh yeah, just keep it for last.
Well, congratulations, man. The Rivalz Blacktop Series championship is going to be staying north of the border in 2020. Congratulations. Tell us about all the folks that have helped make this championship effort come together for you guys.
I got to thank John. John put the most time on it. I helped a little bit, and Labby came in too, so yeah, went very well.
Awesome, man. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
All right, there's your 2020 Rivalz Blacktop Series champion, Will LaRue. He will take home the title here for 2020. We're going to talk now with the driver who came home in second, and Alex, man, he gave you a lot of credit there. You were putting the pressure on there at the end, trying to get by for the win.
Oh, yeah, no, it was a nice race. Will's one of my friends. I've known him for a long time, and I'm really happy for him and worked hard. He really evolved in the last year. He's got a lot better, and he's got a really good speed. So I'm really proud of him, and it was a lot of fun. Finished 1, 2, 3 here. We're a team, me, John, and Will, and we had a lot of fun tonight and a really good setup. Guys worked hard, and we had some really good cars.
This team has been so good this year. I mean, consistently some of the best cars in the top 5 and top 10 at every race we've been to. We were just talking with Will about the fact that he saved his lone win of the season for championship night. I mean, that's the way to do it. But there's easily 3 or 4 more races that he could have won this year just having that flat out speed.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said, he really worked hard on it. He's got really, really good. I mean, if you go back 6 or 8 months ago, I always had a little edge on him, but right now he's pretty close. He's really, really good. So it's really fun to see for sure.
Awesome, and it has to be fun for you to be able to come in here when your schedule allows to race with these guys, and like you said, to see how they've evolved and grown, and you know, on the side, they're a fun bunch of guys too.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's always a good time. Big field and really competitive. So it's always a fun place to be on the Wednesday night. For sure.
Well, a solid effort for you here to come home in second tonight. Tell us about the folks that helped make it happen for the 36.
Like I said, John and Will, they worked hard on the setup every week, and I always try to help them a little bit, but they work a lot harder than I do on it, and we always run good, and it's always a lot of fun. And all the sponsors, all the fans back home, looking and trying to get through that little rougher time, so we can go back to racing.
Absolutely, man. So very well said. Congratulations on a solid second place effort tonight.
Thanks, man.
All right. Let's now bring in third place finisher. And, John, I know tonight is a third place finish for you, but boy, you've been getting an awful lot of credit in our first and second place interviews on being the head wrench on this effort tonight. Great job to come home third.
Yeah, man, thank you. It's humbling, and I couldn't be more proud to sit back and watch this championship unfold. I mean, I'm so happy for Will. He deserves it, and he put in a lot of hard effort and a lot of good work. And man, to come home third, right behind Alex and Will, it was just kind of like it was just one of those moments. I don't know if I'm getting older or getting softer, but it was really fun to just sit there and run third and get the podium for LaRue here and see them guys battle it out. It's a good time.
Tell me, let's go into your driver's cockpit for a second. I mean, how torn were you tonight? I mean, you had such a solid year yourself, but the playoff format being what it is, to be bounced out in the first round, to know you still have fast race cars and change your mindset from racer who's got a shot at the title here to now become teammate extraordinaire to make sure that LaRue Motorsports brings home this title. That had to be quite a position for you to be in here these last two races.
Yeah, I think that when you go to that level, I think it takes a moment to just kind of like reflect a little bit and just be more of in a giving position and not be so selfish. I think everybody knows that I was in a good position to make a run at this title. It's one thing I've never done in this league is win the championship. I've been close several times, even at Homestead in years past, like when we'd have the championship and come down to like the last 5 laps and it just slip away. So it's one thing that I definitely desire in this league, but getting bumped out in Atlanta was unfortunate because it wasn't anything of my doing, and kind of almost flipped the switch where I just wanted to target for the rest of the season. But that's not fair to my teammates. It's not fair to anybody in this league or you guys. To just be selfish and walk away would totally be the non-respectable thing to do. So I ponied up. I may have voiced some opinions and stuff since then, but you got to do what you got to do. And the ultimate goal when we came into here was Will had a shot, and I wanted to help him every way I could. And also I wanted to run up front as well. This is one of the harder tracks for me and show people that, I may have been bumped out, but don't count me out, So there was like 2 motivations there. And of course, Alex running with us, man, it's always a blast when us 3 can get together. We're all within a 10th and just digging. It was fun.
Well, a great job. Man, that is solid stuff right there, man. That's what being a part of this league, it makes it fun. And we have had such a pleasure getting to know all the racers here in this league. This broadcast has quickly turned into our favorite night of the week, and that's coming from a couple of dirt racers. So thank you guys so much for having us be a part of this action and being so willing to talk to us and provide these great interviews afterwards, man. It's just been a fun year.
Oh, absolutely, man. You guys do such a great job. I'd see that, sometimes you guys have quite a bit of views. So I hope everybody that watches really enjoys it. I think tonight we really turned it up, like as a league in whole. We had a lot of green flag runs. We had some pit strategy. We had a short run at the end, but I mean, overall, this was one of the better races we've had. There was some drama, but it was like not, the New Hampshire drama. It was just, it was a good race, and I can't wait to go back myself and watch it. And you guys always do such a great job. So hats off to you guys too.
Well, a great job here for third tonight. Anybody else you'd like to give a shout out here before we get you out of here?
Man, I just want to thank LaRue Esports for everything they've done for me and our other team this year. I want to thank Will and Alex. Man, these guys, they're so much fun to just be around. You know, they're true friends. And, you know, it's fun that you can actually create friendships over iRacing. So other than that, I'm just a proud person, team member for tonight. And I'm so happy for Will. And, man, I mean, I'm just ready to go celebrate with them.
All right, man. The champagne's on ice. You boys enjoy it tonight.
Thank you, man. You guys have a good one.
All right, there's John Schweikart. They call him the Sheriff. He drives car number 1. He comes home in third place here tonight. And again, congratulations goes out to the LaRue Esports team. Will LaRue coming home with the championship here for 2020. It was an incredible race here tonight. A ton of green flag laps. And John said it so well. This was one of the better races for green flag laps that we've had this season, and these drivers really got up on the wheel and put together a great show here tonight. Want to thank Adam Ross, Clinton Jeffrey, Martin Davio, Cody Olson, the entire crew here from the Rivalz Blacktop series. This was our first venture with 39 Productions into the Rivalz Blacktop series and broadcasting pavement events, and we have had such a great time. And like I said, this has quickly become one of our favorite nights of the week, and we hope that you will join us for the next Rivalz Blacktop series season. The racing is just absolutely incredible, and there'll be more information about the 2021 season coming up here as the off season continues on here on the esports side of things. On behalf of our executive producer in the 39 Production Studios, Brad Ovens, my name is Steve Ovens, the voice of the Rivalz Blacktop series, saying thank you so much for joining us. And from Phoenix Raceway, congratulations to the 2020 champ, Will LaRue. We will see you next season. Good night, everybody.
This is a copyrighted production of 39 Productions, www.39designcompany.com, and may not be rebroadcast, replicated, or saved in any media without the explicit written permission of 39 Productions. The opinions expressed in this programming are those of the host, co-host, and guest, and do not necessarily reflect those of the management and/or ownership of either 39 Productions, the advertisers, or our marketing partners.
Introducing GeForce TV. GeForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GeForce TV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Washouican Speedway, and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GeForce TV is also the new home for Rivalz Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GeForce TV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from Rivalz and GeForce TV racing leagues. GeForce TV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GeForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GeForce TV.